Macronutrients are essential parts of the diet, and they include carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Macronutrients make up a large percentage of our diet compared to the other food types. The table here gives a very basic overview of macronutrients. So, carbohydrates are used for the fast release of energy, fats are for slow release of energy, and protein is for building and repairing muscle cells. The macronutrient carbohydrates can be broken down further into two types. We have complex carbohydrates and simple carbohydrates. Examples of complex carbohydrates include bread and include rice, and they give us energy relatively quickly and can provide us with energy for approximately 45 minutes to 1 hour of exercise. Endurance athletes, such as 5,000 meter runners or 10,000 meter runners, will often take on lots of carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates, the night before a big race. And this is called carbohydrate loading. So by taking on lots of pasta or lots of rice, they are filling up their glycogen stores in their body, and they then know that during the 5,000 meter or the 10,000 meter race that they're going to have enough energy to complete the race without feeling fatigued. As well as complex carbohydrates, we also have simple carbohydrates, and these are in the form of sugars. This could be natural sugars, such as we find in fruits, or it could be refined sugars, for example, as we find in cakes and chocolate and sweets. But both serve the same purpose in terms of energy release, and that's producing energy very, very quickly. If you're about to take part in an anaerobic event, such as a 100-meter sprint or the shot put or a high jump, then you may take on simple sugars in order to give you a really fast release of energy, a burst of energy that you need for that event. On the other hand, fats release energy very slowly over a long period of time. So they're perfect energy sources for long distance runners or long distance athletes. If we think about a marathon, which can take 3 or 4 or even longer hours to complete, an athlete will need lots of fats within their system so that their body can keep producing aerobic energy throughout the whole of the race. The final macronutrient, protein, is really important for repairing and building muscle cells. So if we think about a weightlifter who is constantly creating micro tears in their muscle as they work out and as they lift weights, they need to take on protein immediately after a training session in order to repair that muscle and build it up even stronger. It's also important to note that protein is also a reserve energy store. So if your body was completely depleted of carbohydrates and fats, it would then turn to protein in order to create energy.